Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing re-imaging the components of your PLR. Now, of course, you will be rebranding and re-imaging all of the content that you get in your PLR package so that it enhances whatever your unique selling proposition is for your product and or your business. Now, when you are given PSD or Photoshop files of the graphics, you'll be using them along with a graphics editor like Photoshop or GIMP in order to rename the product and or remake the images consistent with your offers, whether they be affiliate or otherwise. Now, when it comes to videos and audios, you can add in intros and outros to make them more consistent with your business or more consistent with the product that you are concerned with. Now, when it comes to documents, you should be branding with your logos, but also with images and colors consistent with the desires of your customer. So in other words, if your customer base tends to like lighter colors or pastels, you want to go in that direction in terms of your re-imaging your graphics and or your documents. Now in the PLR, if you're given sales pages or opt-in pages or upsell pages as part of your PLR package, make sure that the language is consistent with your offer. You want to make sure that it's saying and selling to the people that you want to actually buy. Typically, a PLR package has numerous opportunities for you to promote your own products and affiliate products inside of their text or document or wherever it is that you can customize the product. As a result, you should always be looking for opportunities to place hyperlinks to your products as well as your affiliate promotions. At the same time, don't turn your written content into a situation where it looks like there are way too many links on the page. Now, the way to think about redoing PLR in this way is to make sure that there is at least one helpful place for all of your links. Also, related to this, don't assume that the PLR has the links in place that you want for your customer. Go over the content and remove any unwanted hyperlinks. Now, one tangible way for you to re-image the components of your PLR is to suggest your own resources. In some cases, you'll get a resources guide as part of the PLR. In other cases, you won't. Regardless, you should always make sure to provide resources consistent with the things that you talk about in your business. Now, re-imaging the components can also mean redoing the PowerPoint presentation entirely or editing any videos or video clips with graphical imagery on it. Now, the most important decision is your marketing angle, which should determine what your graphics look like as well as everything else you're going to do with your PLR. Now, when you go over your PLR for the last time, when you're getting it ready for sale or getting it ready for delivery or getting it ready to put before your customer, first, make sure the product looks like it's unique to your brand. Also, make sure the product is unrecognizable as PLR. Third, make sure there's enough value in the product that you would want to buy it. That's even if you're doing it as content. Now, if you can't answer yes to all the above, keep re-imaging your PLR until you can. You want to deliver something that gives your customer a consistent customer experience from everything else they're getting from you. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing you using your PLR pretty much as it is. And you're going to be using it without putting a lot of work into it. And you're going to turn it into your own product almost as soon as you get it. And this is really and truly one of the best ways to leverage PLR by using it immediately, as soon as you purchase it, as a product that you're going to brand with your name. What you're leveraging is your time. You're not going to put the time and effort necessarily into creating your own product. You're going to buy this product. You're going to put it in front of people who you know are going to have an interest in the subject matter of what the product is showing them how to do. And of course, to do this, you're going to want to have an existing email marketing list. You need to have some subscribers already. And if possible, what you're going to want to have done is you're going to want to have gone through the pre-sale process. You're going to want to have days ahead of time told your email marketing list that a product is coming. A product is coming about a certain subject matter, and you're going to start to describe how this product is going to meet their needs and solve some of the problems that maybe they're having, or even help them to accomplish some of the goals that you already know they have. And you can really most effectively do this if you already know when that product is going to be launched. So obviously, you're going to want to have looked at the product launch calendar on places like Muncheye and JV Notify so that you can purchase it when it comes out. And then you can literally get in front of the people that you're going to be mailing to. Now, obviously, you're going to want to make sure it connects your customers to a real problem that they're having or one that they want to solve. And when you do that, what you're doing is you're going to be tailoring the PLR product to meet a particular need, or angling it or slanting it so that it's talking about something that they really do have an interest in. And to do that, you're going to want to make sure that you're adding very unique components so that even if the base product all by itself is going to be the same as others are selling, your offer is still going to be unique because you're still adding those unique aspects, unique components, and you are pushing it toward a particular problem that you know they're having. Now, there are several ways to take a PLR product and make it your own unique offer. So we're going to talk about those now. Now, one of the things you can do is add interviews. So you can go out and find experts who can talk about the subject matter or talk about different problem areas of the subject matter. Again, tailoring it to the needs of your audience or your email marketing list. You can also go out and find case studies. And this is slightly different because what you're going to do is you're going to find those case studies that fit the problem areas, and you're going to find the actual solution. So rather than get someone who's going to teach the people on some kind of audio, you're going to find the problem and the solution all in one area, maybe a document, maybe an article, and you're going to give it to your customers in a way so that they know other people have already solved the problem that they're trying to solve, and it's documented how they solve it. You can also add some unique bonuses. Now, you can bring some pieces of content to the mix. You can bring other pieces of other PLR, or you can bring other resale rights content. You're going to add those unique components that you can bring and add to the project so that your customer is really getting something that they can't get from any place else. The key to this is really creating a unique selling proposition with your product. You're going to be creating something that your customers can only get from you. You can also add new components. So maybe in most PLR products, they're going to get perhaps a checklist, or they're going to get some kind of mind map, but you're going to go one step farther. You're going to add in components that are not part of other PLR products. Again, as close as you can get them to something that your customer would be interested in so that it would help them to solve their particular problem. Now, what you're trying to do ultimately is to make sure that the buyer sees the value in your product. So in other words, they need to look at everything that you are putting into your package. And when they look at it all total, that they look at it as something that they want, that it's worth it for them to spend the actual money. So now, even if they could get it elsewhere, you want them to find and see your particular offer as more valuable for the money they're going to spend, and then they will then be willing to spend that money with you. Now, to make audios and videos unique, you can add in intros. In other words, you can get different pieces of audio and video. You can record it yourself, or you can go out and purchase it, or you can have it done on places like Fiverr or Scriptlance. You can have voiceovers done, and you can add these unique pieces onto your PLR videos and audios, again, to make it something that your customer is not getting from elsewhere. You can add in different transitions. So there are lots of different ways that you can be creative with multimedia, in particular audio and video, by adding those pieces, again, to give your customer a unique experience. Now, to make text unique, you can rewrite it and or reorganize the text. So you want to put it in order of the way that the customer is looking at the problem. So maybe in your slant or in your particular market or niche, the steps that need to be taken are different. You want to reorganize the content so that it fits your particular market, it fits your particular niche. Again, You have text, you definitely want to think about rewriting it because you don't want people to look at the same text as other people are getting. You want to take a unique approach, personalize it if possible. Now, to make documents unique, what you can do is you can add in your logos, you can actually rebrand it, and you can take them as Microsoft Word documents or as word processing documents, and then you can resave them as PDFs, but you can actually do that once you've added in things like logos or you've added in different aspects of your particular brand. Now, the same is true when you get things like checklists and mind maps. They're typically going to come in the form of Microsoft Word or PowerPoint documents. And when that's the case, you definitely don't want to be afraid to change some of the wording or some of the order of things to reflect the things that you've actually said before to the people in your community or in your tribe or in your email marketing list. Ultimately, it's not your job just to sell a product. It's your job to create so much value for your customers that buying your product or buying your offer is going to be a no-brainer to them. So you can definitely leverage your time by getting PLR and almost using it as is, but the more value you add, the more that you change some of the components, the more that you add in different aspects, you create more value and you make your customer more willing to buy. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this course, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be discussing all of the ways that you can use private label rights or PLR to make your online business more profitable. Now, private label rights, and other people call it PLR, it gives you leverage to create more content, more products, and authority with whatever time constraints you are working with. And the need to be prolific with promotional content requires that marketers have new and accurate content on a regular basis. In other words, in order to really get your message out, you can't rely on one message. You can't rely on one social media post. You can't rely on one blog post. It really requires that you are consistent with content, consistent with products, consistent with information that's going to be helpful to people. Now, PLR is available for that, and it's available to those folks who do not have time to research and create this content on a regular basis. So if you had to come up with all of the new ideas, you had to come up with all of the different ways and examples that these new ideas can be applied, you'd probably run short of time. And that's where PLR is at its best in helping you to be able to accomplish that. Now, PLR content is licensed to the buyer to use in their business as if it were their own. So in other words, you are getting in PLR the right or the ability to take what you're given and to either rewrite it or repurpose it or reuse it and use it as if you were the person who came up with the idea. Now, the buyer doesn't have to pay royalties or credit the seller once it's purchased. So in other words, you go out and you purchase this PLR. You don't have to credit the person who wrote it. You don't have to credit the organization you buy it from. It's literally yours to use as you see fit and to credit yourself as if you wrote it. Now, typically, it's sold from one person or one organization to many people. So the PLR content product can routinely be sold to as many as 200 to 300 people at the same time. Now, how is PLR defined? Well, one of the ways that PLR is defined routinely in the marketplace is private label rights. Now, private label rights gives the buyer the right to use it as if they created them themselves. You can also buy what's called resale rights. Now, resale rights gives the buyer the right to resell it, but sometimes without the right to change it in any way. So in other words, you don't necessarily have the latitude to edit it or make it your own. Master resale rights gives the buyer the right to resell the product. So in other words, you buy the product from the PLR creator and then you can sell it to someone who then has the right to sell it again. So it actually is a way of creating more value in the product. Sometimes you can define PLR as personal use rights. So you're really getting the right to learn from or benefit from the product directly. And in some cases, some vendors will give you unrestricted rights. Now, this gives the buyer the right to use it or change it or resell it in any way. So why is PLR such a great value? Well, one of the things, as we talked about, when you've got to create and you've got to come up with all of the different ideas, PLR can really save you research time. It can also save you preparation time. So in other words, you don't have to go through the process of getting all of the blog posts or doing all of the videos. You actually know the information, but then you don't have to prepare the content. PLR can provide the buyer with a way of instantly creating additional value. So you can add PLR to an existing information product you already have, giving the buyer something else, and then instantly creating more value. And actually, in some cases, you can even charge more as a result of adding the PLR. PLR can give the buyer expertise on previously unknown topics. And this is one of the best ways to use PLR. If you want to become an expert on a particular social media topic, you could buy the PLR, learn what's in it, and then use it in order to create content or information products. So let's talk about the ways in which you actually handle PLR once you buy it. So one of the first things you should do is really read and understand the rights certificate. Typically, any resale rights product, PLR product, they're going to give you all of the ways that you are legally able to use that product. And you want to read that rights certificate carefully. You want to make sure that you are within the bounds of the rules created by the seller. Second thing you're going to do is you want to take note of the components you have. So did you get videos? Did you get a cheat sheet? Did you get other content? How are you able to use this content? So you want to make sure you understand each and every component that you have and how you were able to use it. Third, now, what you want to do is archive those components. So you want to make sure that they are put away or filed away in a way that you are going to be able to access it when you want it and when you need it. And so that when you can search for it, you'll be able to find it based on your own personal filing system. And that's actually fourth. You want to label that component archive so that you can easily search it. You want to make sure that anytime you want to find a video on a certain subject, that you're able to easily find that based on your filing system and your archiving system. And of course, in conclusion, having this PLR available in a system that makes sense to you increases the likelihood that you'll be able to find it and use it. Now, that's how you are going to get started with using PLR. Now, in the rest of this course, I'm going to be talking about how you can take that PLR or any rights product and maximize it to your benefit, regardless of what you want to do in your online business. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing using your PLR as a bonus for your affiliates to use to promote your product. Now a smart but little used way to leverage PLR is for affiliate bonuses. And that means what you'd be doing is you'd have your affiliate apply to sell your product. Then you'd put together a bonus page for them with bonus products. Your affiliates would get the benefit of being able to offer their customers an added incentive to buy from their affiliate link. You get the benefit from having increased traffic from affiliates being able to be more successful and being more willing to promote your product. You will also benefit with an increased conversion rate because affiliates being able to offer high quality bonus means they're going to get more customers to be willing to buy through their affiliate link when they see the offer. Now, another reason for this high conversion rate is that a lot of the bad traffic is going to be filtered out by that bonus page. Because when they're not sure they really want the product, they're likely to drop out or stop at the bonus page. Now, with fewer interested people coming to the page where the offer is, your conversion rate should be much higher than you thought it might be. Now, in most cases, you will deliver the bonuses from the inside of your members area or on your download page. So you don't have to worry about handing the bonuses over to the affiliate to give them the opportunity to deliver it themselves. Most of the information product creators will handle it by putting those bonuses on the inside of their site. Now, if you choose to go this route, you do want to make sure you qualify your affiliates for that option. So in other words, You're going to have people who are going to come to you. They're going to get the bonuses, of course, under the auspices that they're going to be using them to promote your product. But you don't just want to give away bonuses. And in some cases, you may or may not necessarily have the right permission in order to give them away anyway. And you will also want to make sure that you have the rights to pass on that content to your affiliates. Now, in most cases, you want to have this in place well in advance of your actual launch. In essence, you're probably going to be offering 2 sets of bonuses. One set's going to be on your sales page. That's going to be a set of bonuses you are going to offer to the customers that are coming to your sales page. The other set of bonuses is going to be on a bonus page for your affiliates, but delivered by you inside of your members area. Now, what this does is it makes it easier for your affiliates to get started promoting right away as soon as they see the offer and as soon as they have the opportunity. And of course, as we stated, it also improves these statistics for your product, which in turn could result in more affiliates wanting to promote your product. Now, to start this process, you are going to want to determine what other vendors are doing on behalf of their affiliates. And you can do this by going to a site like muncheye.com and then looking at some of the JV pages. Now, you will want to go one step further in determining what kinds of bonuses are being given to the affiliates to promote those products. You will find that some vendors and some sellers are willing to give the bonuses to their affiliates. Others will give them the bonus page and the images and then deliver them inside of the product. Of course, the latter way is effective because it removes barriers to affiliates being able to send emails to their buyers. So all of these are great ways to use PLR, and once again, it builds your sales, improves your statistics, and can invite other affiliates in directly by improving those statistics. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.